Doesn't that leave you all in suspense? I'm not saying nothing. You just like looking at me. No, just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. Happy holidays to everybody. Just once again, welcome back to the channel. You know it's JJ with you on JJ's PC Builds. You got me and Mr. Machine. He's in the road, but say hello, Mr. Machine.
Hello.
There we go. So he's on the road. He's heading his way home from work, and he worked hard as usual, right?
Yep.
There you go. So we're going to get into what we got to get cooking. So I'm going to let everybody get in here and get their day started. And I'm going to say hello to everybody that's out there. Mr. Cyborg, good to see you. Yes, and I got my drinking snacks, by the way. And I see I got Mr. Machine here. Mr. Fake Frames, good to see you. Good to see you. Mr. Dr. Blitz, good to see you as well. Good to see you as well. Yes, I'm trying to shake up the industry. Hopefully they understand the meme of the day. Well, actually, I put that the meme of the week. Because the way it looks now these days, every time we get a Windows update, it seems like it's always breaking something for some reason, including your FPS. So, but anyway, guys, we got a lot to talk about. I pulled up some stuff we can talk about today, and some very good important stuff, I would think. Dr. Blitz says, I thought you were gonna turn your head slowly. Why, what, I turned it too fast? Oh, there you go. I turned it too fast. No, I'll turn my head slowly. No, I'll turn my head slowly. So, but anyway, let's see what I got cooking for you guys. I know you guys are anxious to know what's going on and what I think. And so what we're going to do is we're going to get to the action screen and we are going to see what's cooking on that. Okay there, gentlemen and ladies and everybody above. Looks like AMD FSR technology. I went right directly to AMD's site. I know we talked about this last time, but we want to touch up on a few things more. Because AMD FSR is supposed to get boost in frame rates for your games. And this new Redstone is supposed to be have FSR upscaling, FSR frame generation, FSR ray regeneration, FSR radiance catching, which is not coming out till 2026.
Yep, next year.
Next year, yeah. From what do you think about that radiance there, Machine?
I mean, I don't know. It's not called FSR 4 anymore. It's called FSR Redstone now.
To me, it sounds like, you know, they can't come up with their naming scheme as far as I can see, you know. Yeah,
I don't think that. I think the name, there's a name change. Fake Frames probably knows better than we do on that deal, but as far as I know, it's not called FSR 4 anymore.
Right, I know. I haven't been touching too much on AMD lately, but there's also another thing that you guys need to know about what's going on with Windows Update and AMD. Okay, with the new 25H2, make sure you go and get your chipset drivers for your motherboard from AMD.
Yeah, I need to do that.
Did you already do that?
I haven't done that yet. I need to do that when I get home.
Yeah, you need to do that. Because if not, there's going to be a little bit of confusion with your system. It seems that Microsoft and AMD were collaborating on a couple things. So, but they put the word out and they said, make sure you update your motherboard chipset drivers to the newest ones that AMD has put out. It's a must, and you must do it, because if not, 25H2 Windows 11 will not play well with your system. It will cause a lot of blue screening, green, whatever screening, and it'll cause you a lot of problems with your gaming and stuff like that. I've already updated my driver set, and I'll tell you what, I have no problems with it right now. I don't plan on having any problems with it in the future. So I guess because of the new AI technology that they had to update a few things to make it work. And it looks like there was a little bit of a confusion with the software, because if you didn't do the update on your chipset drivers, then you could be stuck holding the bag, and then you're going to be wondering yourself, how do you fix this problem? Best to fix it now before later on down the road to the next update. I would suggest that.
Is that for all AMD chips?
Yes.
Okay. So AM4 and AM5?
AM4, AM5, all of it.
Okay. Wasn't sure.
Any operating system, any computer that's operating with Windows 11 25H2, other than Intel has their own little thing they do. But any AMD chipsets, you have to update it if you're going to go to Windows 11 25H2. If not, then you'll wreak havoc on your system, and then you'll have to start all over again and reinstall Windows, and then go in and put in the chipset driver updates. Microsoft is not going to do it for you. You got to do it on your own. It's not hard to do it. You just go to AMD's website for chipset drivers, AMD chipset drivers, and just go right into it. You should be able to find it with no problem. Make sure you input your motherboard that you're using, because if you don't and you put the wrong motherboard, you'll have another new problem on your hands. So make sure you input your motherboard that you're using with the AMD. Well, hell, I'll just make it simple for you guys. So you just go and you type in AMD chip set drivers. Very simple. Then you go to driver support, and then you go down here to where it says chipset. Then you go AM5. If you got AM5, then you go AM5, or you go AM4. And your motherboard that you're using currently, like if I got the B8, well, not the B840, the B850 motherboard. That would be the motherboard I get, and that's the chipsets I get. If it's AM4, let's say I got my B550 motherboard. Okay, B550 right here. Boom. Very simple. Hit submit. And then it'll show you your Windows 11 drivers. And this will be the driver update, which will be 7.11.26.2142. Believe it or not, I can go back and I can show you this one right here. And I can change this to AM5 and B850, submit, and Windows 11. It'll show you the same driver type. So either way you look at it, for AM4, AM5, it's still the same number. So you guys don't get it confused. So make sure you update your chipset drivers. It's very important. Very important indeed. Okay, back to what we were doing when we took that little thing. Now, I'm still curious about the Radiance catching. We'll see about that. They said that available upcoming powered AMD FSR games. They got a whole listing that they're doing of games. Make sure you go onto their website to see the complete list of the games that support FSR. And they're showing the benchmarks, their benchmarks, when it comes to this. So this is Redstone Boost Radeon RX 9070 XT performance, averaged by 3.5. Black Ops 7 says 4.7 times faster in FPS. Cyberpunk's supposed to be 4.7 times faster, percent time, whatever. Hell is Us 3.7. I know, right? 3.7. Yeah. FI 25 is supposed to be 3.3. And then you got 2.9, and then you got 2.6, and whatever. So.
There's a big difference between 4.5 times and then 4.5%.
Yeah, I know, right?
I know. Look up,
I'm still thinking it's going to be like 4.5% or 4. They say 4.7 times faster in the FPS.
That would be unbelievable, actually.
Yeah, it would. I mean, that would be like you just blew past the 5090.
Yeah, pretty much.
You just blew past the 5090 on a mid-range GPU. It's supposed to be mid-range GPU. It's not supposed to be high-end like AMD said. It's supposed to be mid-range. So let's see what the boys are writing in the chat. Let's see. Z890 or bust. Got you there, Dr. Blitz. Only have Z790 and a B660E for CPU platforms at the moment. There you go. B650E, I mean. Okay. Well, me, I got the B850-P, so I'm happy with that. You guys got some good platforms. I got a good platform. Machine's got a good platform. We all got good platforms. So, end of the day, it's all good.
Well, they're even better now.
Yep. Let's see. Let's see what they got for Redstone, what it supports. It doesn't support spatial upscaling yet. Temporal upscaling it does for Redstone for the 9000 series or above. ML-based upscaling, native AA mode, frame generation, ML-based frame generation, and ray regeneration. So it doesn't look like it has the other one just yet. Now FSR 3 might get temporal upscaling, native AA mode, and frame generation. Now FSR 2 might get temporal upscaling and native AA, and that's about it. So, and FSR 1 gets spatial upscaling, and that's it. So that comes down to that. Is there anything special with the software right now? No. It's not fully launched. It's only partially launched. But moving on. Intel Gaming replied, name drops ARC B770 in the message to fans. So, but Intel Gaming account responded indefinitely to adding some fuel to the speculation. Looks like the gaming account replied to a fan on X, referred B770 alongside Panther Lake and Nova Lake. The single line is now being read as a hint that Intel's next ARC desktop card is still on the way. Fans say Intel has replied to him, and that, who knows? This did not feel like a copy and paste answer. That's what they're saying. Other users argue it looks like an automated marketing response. Oh my God. This is what I thought was interesting. If Intel is using a bot for public replies, it gets messy fast when the snake oil comes out and, oh no, I'm sorry, that's not what they said, but it's messy fast when the message repeats an unannounced product name. So If we're all still wondering, BMG G31 is supposedly the B770 that's supposed to come out. If they're just teasing us, we don't know, so stay tuned for that. Moving on. Indian retailer list an unannounced Core Ultra 9 290K Plus and Core Ultra 270K Plus in stock. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? That sounds like it's a messy. That right there sounds like there's some truth to it. So, and Macy's, good to see you. Welcome to the channel. I just installed the Asus ROG Strix B550 Gaming Wi-Fi 2. Okay. I can't get Bluetooth to work. Tried everything in Windows and BIOS. Well, okay, here's the deal. I had the same problem too. You might have to look into, if you're using an Asus motherboard, you might have to think about, make sure that Armory Crate is up to date. Because of the problem is with 24H2, with the Wi-Fi series, I had the same problem. So when I updated to 25H2, then it corrected the problem with the Wi-Fi. It's the drivers are not being recognized. It's a Windows problem. It's not the hardware. The hardware is not the issue. It's a software issue. It's Microsoft, as usual. So you might want to update the chipset drivers from AMD to make sure you're set. But yeah, the Wi-Fi drivers are kind of playing havoc right now. So you might be best to go to Asus's website. Well, no. God damn it, that's because they changed their website to that other one. You know, the one everybody says that is full of malware and stuff like that, you know. I don't know what Asus is doing anymore. But if you're trying to correct the problem, I would try with the chipset drivers that I just explained about AMD. You know, do your updates. It's a recent update. You might want to update that. Yeah, it is Windows. I had the same problem. It is Windows. And when I did the Windows update, it turned off the Bluetooth drivers and it turned off the Wi-Fi drivers. If you go into the device manager, you'll see the drivers are not even there. So that means that somehow the Windows update shut off the driver update, or shut off the drivers to your Wi-Fi. So might want to think about, if you got 24H2, you might want to go up to 25H2. My PC's on 25H2. As soon as, and I'm telling you the symptoms and the results of what happened with me. Symptoms was I was on 24H2, did an update, boom. The Wi-Fi drivers were gone. I tried to reinstall them over and over and over. They would not come on. It was a Windows thing. So, in order to correct that, I went up to 25H2 from 24H2. Drivers came back to life. God knows why. So it's a Microsoft thing. Yeah, I know. It's doing the number on everybody's. It's tanking the FPS. It's doing a lot of crap. And believe it or not, this is all Microsoft's fault. That's the reason why I put the meme of the day that Microsoft brokey, my my FPS. Did I say that right, machine, or no? Did I say that wrong?
Whichever way you say it is always correct, Gordon.
Yeah, I know. Trying to be correct. Hey, you're most welcome, man. I mean, I'm just trying to be helpful, and I'm telling you the symptoms and what I went through, and believe it or not, I told you what the results are. And that's how I fixed it. So, if you're stuck in that same situation, then you might want to think about updating your chipset drivers from AMD. If you got AMD, I would update it from AMD. If you got Intel, they have a big thing going on about that. We were going to get into some of that too tonight about the Intel Wi-Fi drivers thing. I think we're going to get into that too. So stick around if you are on Intel. We'll talk about that as well. But let's talk about the Intel Arrow Lake refresh, now in stock, first retailer. So basically, an Indian retailer has posted product pages for two unannounced Intel desktop CPUs, complete with the spec table, the prime ABGB list, the Core Ultra 9 290K plus the Ultra 7 270K plus, as Arrow Lake refreshes their parts. Well, let's just say Intel refreshes Arrow Lake parts again.
It's not
Marked for call for price. What makes the listing odd is how little the retail information is actually there. There's no price, and the pages do not show the usual product identifiers you would expect from a pre-launch listing. The SKU field also looks like it's just the CPU name, not just an Intel product code, which is typically one detail retailer can pull straight off of the box, which they can. They can get the SKU right off the box and be playing no games. So the specs shown on the pages are accurate. They line up with what has been floating around for Arrow Lake S refresh. Core Ultra 9 290K Plus is listed with up to 5.8 gigahertz via thermal velocity boost. That'd be interesting. While the Core Ultra 7 270K Plus is listed with 5.5 gigahertz max boost. Oh, so basically the 270K is going to be about equal to the 9700X. Ain't that some nuts? What do you think, Machine?
I don't know. It kind of reminds me of the 14th gen versus 13th gen.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Could it be?
I mean, it does support higher DDR5 speeds initially, and it's a little bit of a bump. But I don't know. I don't know much about Intel. I can't tell you. This is going to be like Big Frames area here, not mine.
Well, it's not that, man. We learn as we go. When it comes to learning about stuff, we learn as we go.
It'll be interesting. I mean, there's going to be plenty of people testing this stuff, so when it comes out.
Well, you got to remember, as fast as the tech is moving now these days, it's hard to keep up with it as it is.
Yeah.
So even the people that have been doing this as long as I have, can't keep up, believe it or not. And I've already heard this from many of my friends, and they said this stuff that they're doing is just moving so fast, they just can't keep up with the information that's just going through. So they're doing like I do now. They're slowing it down a little bit and taking their time with it because they are missing things. And that's the reason why I'm taking my time, is because I don't want to miss anything. Hey, people might be 2 months ahead of me, but at least I'm barreling down on the information to make sure I'm seeing it correctly, listening to it correctly, and hearing the community correctly. So, I take my time with this information. I just don't, say, well, blah, 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 and that's the end of the story. Because you would get confused, I would be confused, and everybody would be confused. Let's just eliminate the confusion. So, as much as I know about Intel, I do have some experience with Intel unlocked CPUs and stuff like that. But it's been years since I've dealt with Intel unlocked CPUs and their motherboards and everything else. Because we had to do what they would call backwards compatibility modifying to the BIOS, because we didn't have access to the BIOS, so we had to have programs to cheat the BIOS to get into the BIOS and modify the BIOS. So you're skipping the AM5 platform and going from AM4 to AM6 in 2027. Okay, well, that's a good... Well, here's the thing. Even if you skip the AM5 platform, you're still going to be stuck on the AM5 platform, because the AM6... Was it? No. Am I getting this wrong again, machine? AM5 and AM6 platform. Well,
I'm probably going to get confused too. Let me look it up.
Yeah, the Zen 4 and Zen 5.
Probably know it too.
Zen 4 and Zen 5 are going to be on the same platform. Zen 6 is going to be the new platform, which is AM7. Zen 6 is AM7.
So Zen 6 will come to AM5.
Yes. Yep. Oh, no. Oh, AM5.
Mm-hmm.
So it's AM6.
AM6 will be Zen 7.
AM6 will be Zen 7. Okay, yep. Gotcha. Thanks for helping me straighten that out. So, well, basically, you're going to be waiting for a little while till like 2028. Maybe when they launch a whole new motherboard series and the whole new 900 yards. But if you're waiting for AM6, I don't know. You think you should be waiting for AM6?
I mean, you can.
Yeah.
I mean, with the way prices are on parts and stuff right now, it might be good to wait.
Yeah.
If he's happy with AM4, stay with it.
Yeah, but he's not going to be able to. From what he said, I'm skipping the AM5 platform, but going up to the next generation, you're not going to be able to skip it. Because you're still going to be stuck on AM5.
AM5 still, yeah. So it'll be 2028, probably-ish, before the new one comes out, and then the faster RAM comes out. But if they have to fix the RAM issue, DDR6 will be even more expensive than DDR5, and that'll be a disaster.
The RAM issue is not going to be fixed till 2028, bro.
Yeah. So I don't know. Who knows? Who knows?
It's going to slowly trickle back, but it's not going to go back to the same price.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? All the prices are going to be elevated at least 1/3 higher than it was when they first started from today or back 3 days ago. So the prices are elevated so high, but the market's going to come back down, and then it's going to rebalance itself. But it's going to be at a new number. So entry level is going to be at a whole new number when it comes to pricing. Everybody says, well, $200 used to be entry level. Not anymore.
And I guess Samsung is going to start upping their production of DDR5, by the way.
Yeah, they are.
Yep.
It's not. See, the thing is, it's not a lost cause because they're losing money by them not printing anything for the community, the PC community. They're losing money per day. They're losing hundreds of thousands of dollars per day. They don't realize what they screwed up on by doing what they did. And now they're trying to right the wrong. I'm going to tell you, man. I mean, I'm not impressed by this crap that they pull, really. You know, I'm not impressed. Okay, the product might do the talking, but their body language is telling me something totally different. You agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, there's no way for us to know for sure.
Well, they already jacked the prices up on the old shit, right?
Yes. Yeah. That's
wrong.
Yeah, it's capitalism.
Yeah, but it's already bought. See, that's the thing. It's already bought and paid for.
Correct.
Okay, they've already bought and paid for it at a certain price, and then now they just decide to screw the customer by jacking up the price whenever they feel like it last minute. Okay, that's price comparison shopping and what they're doing. So basically, they're doing the same fucking thing as a scalper. So, you know, I'm not impressed. Just my opinion, I'm not impressed. AM4 is the way to stay. I'm working on Ryzen 7 5800 XT. Good choice. With the 6700 10 gigabyte. 32 gigabytes of RAM. Running Ultra on 1440p.
So that's pretty much a PlayStation 5 right there.
Yeah, pretty much.
With more RAM, with a way better CPU.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a better performer PS5.
So the 5800 XT is at the same price as the 5700X right now.
Mm-hmm.
So if they get the 5800 XT, they get a little bit better architecture with a little bit of a bump. Because the XT version was a new version that AMD just put out not too long ago. So basically they get an updated version of 2025 for AM4. That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
32 gigabytes of RAM. Well, give you a little hint. Sweet spot is 3800 megahertz CL18.
Yep. Oh yeah, CL. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But me, on the other hand, I got RAM that it's at 3200 megahertz CL16. I don't like CL18, so I took mine up to 35, 33 megahertz, and I changed the F clock to balance it, and it does just as good as what, 3600. So without the extra price, though. Yes, I like to overclock my RAM. Doesn't everybody? I hope.
It's good. 3600. It's good.
Oh yeah.
DL16 is fine. Right now, it doesn't even matter the CL rating because RAM's valuable no matter what it is now. It could be garbage RAM.
No. When you're building your system on AM4, the CL rating does matter.
Right.
It's just it really doesn't matter that much on AM5 compared to AM4. Because you got to remember, AM4 doesn't use the memory clock feature. AM5 does.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So because you only got to use your F clock on AM4, but you got to use your overall clock, your F clock, and your mem clock on AM5. So it goes from your overall clock to your M clock to your F clock. That's how it stacks. So, is it weird how it stacks? Yes, it's always weird how it stacks. Because if you don't cut it just right, you can be in gear 2 and causing yourself a whole bunch of problems if you don't know how to overclock your RAM correctly. So I suggest you take and practice with a computer that's like a dummy computer that you don't really care about, and practice your overclocking techniques. And yes, I'm drinking soda today. Hell with it. They only cost $1 for a 2-liter, so. And you know I went to Walmart for that. So. But if you guys are gonna, stay on the AM4 platform, I mean, I maxed out all 4 slots on my AM4. This right here, this PC right here. It's got the 5700X. And yes, I put the RX 7600 back into it machine.
Okay.
I was running some tests. on 3D Mark with the 7600. So I can tell there's a big difference between the 4070 and the 7600.
Oh, yeah, huge amounts of difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, well, some people can, some people can't. I can understand that. But you got your DOCP mode. You just set your DOCP mode in there, you should be fine. See, if you guys don't understand, AM4, they use what they call DOCP. That's the same thing as AM5's Expo mode. But the Expo mode is a little bit more advanced than the AM4. So, I see the difference between the two. And I can tell. Okay, back to this story right here. If the specs shown on the pages are accurate, probably not. The lineup and has been floating around. Blah 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 blah. I'm not gonna bark in you guys' ear hole. So we're looking at the pages. This is what they were claiming. So they're trying to tell me that there's only a 100 megahertz bump from 5.5 to 5.6. I mean, the only thing that I see is that thermal velocity boost. That might be interesting. But anything else about Intel, I don't really see.
It's not much of a boost either.
No, it's not.
And it still uses the same base power levels.
Yeah. And it looks like the PL1's 125 and the PL2's 250. So
it'll show you if you go down a little bit with the.
I'm just doing this piece by piece.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it seems like the other one's the same deal. They both are the same deal. It really doesn't matter. Yeah, I see the scaling here. Maybe this is what everybody wanted to see. So yeah, Ultra 9290K plus. I mean, it's gonna be. I mean, to me, 8P cores. That's all I'm focused on is the P cores. I'm not focused on the E cores. I couldn't care less, because if you look at the speed of the E cores, you would have to take and divide them by 2, or divide that by 2. To get 8 cores, actual cores, out of the E cores. So it's divided that by 2. So it's only given me a total of 16 cores. That's all I'm saying.
And the 9600X is 5.6 gigahertz, correct? AMD?
It's 5.4. No, 5.5.
I think it's more than the 9700.
It might be 5.6.
And their 6-core only goes to 5.3.
Yes. But you got to remember, I told you before. Okay, with Intel, Intel's based upon single core performance. They have been for years. They really are not totally enriched on multi-core performance. Single core performance, they get a better bind to it. Intel does. AMD gets a better bind to the multi-core performance. So, see, because the way they put it to you like is this: if you want full single core performance from Intel, that means you're going to have to run a single stick of RAM at 9,000 megahertz to max out that single channel, which makes no sense to me. And find a game that runs single core and it'll run it to the max. And then you'll see the true frequency of your CPU. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But in order to achieve those high clocks, you have to run single stick. Everybody's gonna be against me and says, no, you can use dual sticks. Yeah, you can, but you lose clocks. In order to achieve actual true clocks, you have to run one single stick to the max of the motherboard, the max frequency of the motherboard, to get full, unadulterated FPS. So, you can run it in single channel 2 sticks, or you can run it single channel 1 stick. But they're double density sticks, not single density. So basically, when you're running 2 sticks for 2 slots in dual channel, that's one thing. But running 1 stick at the max frequency of the motherboard to get the max output of it, that's a different story. Now, not a lot of people tried that. Everybody always tells me, don't max things out, it doesn't work. Well, I hate to tell you, you've been doing it wrong all these years. Truthfully. I've tried single stick max frequency on the RAM. I've tried max frequency on the core of the CPU. Combined it all together with the max amount of system RAM you can put on a motherboard. And it unlocks something. I can't tell you what it is, but it unlocks something in the motherboard. You ever heard of anybody max setting their motherboard machine?
No.
Exactly. Why?
That's way too much power and heat going through everything.
No, not necessarily true.
Well, it depends on if the motherboard can even take it.
Right. I have my RAM tuned with all custom timings, but I don't push the frequencies No DDR5 too much since AM5 does not need more than 6,000 megahertz in Gear 1. Well, you can do Gear 1 all the way up the stack if you do it right. Just not, it doesn't have to be at 6,000 megahertz. It can be higher than that. But you have to run single stick for it to work. One of these days, I'm going to tell you guys this. I'm going to get a motherboard, and I'm going to get max it out on RAM, max it out on frequency, and max it out on everything. And then I'm going to put it right there in front of everybody and have you all look at it. And I'm going to put it through the test of hell to see what kind of true FPS that the motherboard will flow through its veins to give max output to the GPU. Without those lanes, your GPU won't work. Not unless you found a way to build an operating system into the GPU itself with the SSD, and they did attempt that. They did attempt to make a PC out of a GPU. I thought that was the coolest thing. So, but Gear 1 with 2 sticks, I can understand 6,000 megahertz. But as far as I can remember, single stick is a little bit different than double stick. You think, Machine?
I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be interesting when we go down this path. I'll put it to you like that.
Mm-hmm.
But moving on anyway. So there you guys go. It looks like the Arrow Lake refresh, and you guys can see it right there. So looks like somebody's been monkeying with it. So moving on down the road, I guess. We already talked about that. Okay, AMD Ryzen 400 series spotted in the latest chipset drivers. We talked about this on the last live stream, guys. No, that was the GPUs, the new GPUs that were coming out, but this is something different. This was spotted in the chipset driver package. The 400 AI 400 Gorgon Point laptop APUs. We never talk about the laptop APUs and all that, but let's do a little bit of investigating. What do you think, Machine? Should we investigate it?
Yeah.
I mean, they're showing here a picture of, where they found that information.
Did you tell them about the RTX 5080 that rocks?
Oh no, I'm sure you're gonna want to talk about that soon.
It's right on the top of your screen on the right.
Oh, I know, the box of rocks.
Yeah, the 5080 that rocks. Yeah.
Yeah, the 5080 that got sold to the poor soul that bought it.
It rocks in it.
Had a box of rocks. So here's the listing of it. You guys can have a look at it, what they got going on with Gorgon Point and all that. It looks like they rocked out a small listing for you guys. So there's a small listing for you. You guys can either you can copy and paste it, off of your screen, or just go to VideoCard's website and you can see it from there. So. But, it's Gorgon Point, Strix Point, Kraken Point, any kind of point. What point are you making there, man? Machine?
Yes.
What point are you making?
On the rocks one?
Yes.
How? Just be careful. Like if you have a chance, like if from Best Buy, if you have one local, have it shipped to the Best Buy and pick it up there.
Well, what brought the rocks about anyway? I'm sitting there looking for
Because
it.
it was at the top of the page. Redditor receives rocks instead of a $1,200 GPU.
Oh, I must have missed it somewhere.
It was on the last page you were just at.
Oh, I got you right here.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Corsair 192 gigabyte DDR5 kit traded for GeForce RTX 5070 Ti, but memory is worth 3 times as much. They traded a 5070 Ti for Corsair Vengeance 192 gigabyte. 5,200 microtransfers. I thought that would have been interesting for you guys. A 5070 Ti, are they mad or insane or whatever?
That's 2 systems worth of RAM.
Yeah, I know, right?
Seriously. You can make 2 systems worth of RAM with that.
Not really, because they're 48 sticks.
Why can't you? 296s.
Yeah, but that's single stick. That's dual stick.
No, there's 4 sticks in there.
There's not 4 sticks in that box.
There's 4 48s. Yes, there is.
Oh, they're 48s? I thought they were 96.
No. There's 4. Yeah, you have 2 systems worth of RAM in there. It's a tough call right now, whether or not that's a good deal. And that's just a PNY one, by the way. So it's a that's a $750 card. So who got the better deal? It's hard to say.
I know, right?
It's hard to say. As valuable as RAM is right now?
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, no. He can build 2 systems.
I know it's a very tough call, man.
It's a tough call. I think it's a good deal. Either way, I mean, it's about even. But it's a lot of RAM to give up for a graphics card. You probably could have gotten something better.
I know, right? Yeah.
Like a box with rocks in it that says 5080 on it. I mean,
well, I know. I'm trying to pull that back up. That
it's on the top right of that page. Popular stories.
Yeah, it's probably mixed in. We'll find it. I don't know, man. I can't find the story.
It was at if you go to the last page you were at with that RAM deal on it.
What RAM deal?
Oh,
no, never mind. It popped up. There you go. There's a 5080 with the box of rocks.
There we go.
Yeah. 5080. Instead of $1,200 graphics card. Got a box with no outer brown carton. See, the one thing I hate about, these graphics cards, bro, is they don't put the plastic seal over the cardboard. The factory seal.
Mm-hmm.
They stopped putting the factory seals on the boxes. You noticed that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So where the hell is the factory seals? See,
yeah, it's shady from the get-go, by the way. Like, I've never received anything from anybody where they use the original box to ship it in.
Supposed to have a tamper seal on it.
It's supposed to be inside another box.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a box in a box.
Correct.
And it's supposed to have a tamper seal on the product.
Yep.
But
if you ship it directly to a Best Buy, if you're close to one, you can avoid that mess. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it just sucks, man. I mean, a 5080 They ordered it through Best Buy. This was through Best Buy, bro.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I got mine through Best Buy too.
Yeah, but
I've never had an issue with them, but it doesn't mean that there is never going to be one. You know.
well, see, the problem I have is looking at the way that box is. That straight up, they're showing that the tamper seal was removed.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the round mark. It's supposed to be a tamper seal right there. But the problem is companies got so cheap, they put on those little tamper seal stickers. They used to put them on, plus wrap the whole box in plastic. They used to seal the whole box in plastic and airtight the plastic. But they don't do that anymore. That's why crap like this happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
This is why crap happens like this. Is because they don't take pride in their products. They don't take pride in their products whatsoever. It's just sad. That box is, if I got a box like that from Amazon, I would be calling on the phone asking them what the hell did they give me. If it looked like that, I'd be asking, what the hell did you give me? I would have told them, I content create and I have to have that box pristine. Not full of stickers and shit. Pristine. So, maybe it's me. But I have never, hell, I'll even go, look. All the stuff I got through Amazon anyway, so let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. Let's go back to the main screen, guys. Let's be realistic. This right here, I got from Amazon, right? This had the wrapper on it. Tamper seal right here. I cut the seal, and another tamper seal that hasn't been touched. Look, that tamper seal hasn't been touched. That one I cut. This was sealed in plastic. So, for the ones that don't believe that I do get AMD cards, there you go. I do get AMD cards too. And I bought that one. So I can't see what the hell's going on with shipping anymore. I'm too scared to get stuff that's from that people ship, I'm almost hell bent to drive 6 hours to Micro Center. Just to pick up products.
Yep.
I am. It's at that point to where I can't trust the post office anymore. I can't trust the post office for what they're doing. The amount of hell they put those packages through. It's like they don't fucking care about their jobs whatsoever. Like their job just doesn't pay them enough to have any meaning for them to give a shit about other people's merchandise. Like they don't care. They don't have that level of care they had back in 1980s. Trust me. Even the letters that you get from the post office are half ripped up and everything else. It's like they don't fucking care about their job. Like it doesn't matter. Like, doing a job has any meaning to anybody anymore. People don't like to work. I guess they're lazy as fuck. They don't want to like to work anymore. Did I say that? I didn't mean it like that. People do work hard, but there are some people that are lazy bastards. I'm not one of them. I worked 37 years. I'm medically retired. I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice at all. So, And if I had a choice, you think I'd be doing YouTube right now? No, I would be back in the restaurant business, doing my thing, doing my computer thing, and all that. But you guys know why I started this. I've said it many of times on my videos, why I started this channel. So, don't get me wrong. Lately, I've just been seeing so much garbage. It's not feasible. People lost the love of working hard, playing hard, and just being themselves. They lost themselves, man. It's like somebody erased your identity just because you changed your personality. Why you change your personality? I don't get it. But it has nothing to do with PCs, I can tell you that much. So, MTBK, my friend, good to see you, man. I love to because as unimportant most times to read and all. Yeah, I do agree with that. Maybe it's too much of the telephone. Maybe it's too much of the internet. Maybe a good book. Maybe a good book sitting back and get away from the internet for 5 whole minutes will actually calm your nerves, make you happy once in a while. You know what? That might be a good idea. Just to be calm. I remember the days before the internet came about. I was a very active person.
Is that when they were chiseling things into stone?
Man, fuck off. I know you weren't expecting that now, were you?
I lost my feelings in the war.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, man. I mean, it's not the same. It's like your life is being controlled by a machine. You have no here to say or whatever. You have no personality because it's stuck in front of a phone. Your relationship with the community sucks. It's all because of the internet. But what happens one day when the internet crashes? What do you think's going to happen? You know it's coming. I know it's coming.
I hope not.
It's coming. They're going to get to the point where they're going to end up crashing the son of a bitch. And guess what? Everybody's going to be like all tears in front of their eyes, and they're not going to know what to do with themselves. They don't know how to read a book anymore. They don't know how to think for themselves because AI did it all for them. Yeah.
I gotta read books. I got lots of them.
Well, I don't let AI dictate to me how to run my life, neither. When you're working, AI dictates to the managers what to do. I heard this the other day. Good friend of mine over there in the East Coast side said their boss is AI. And I said, what do you mean your boss is AI? They said, yeah, the boss is AI. Does that make any sense to you, bro?
No. I don't know.
It didn't to me.
Wouldn't surprise me any of the ways things are rolling forever.
Well, see, when it's a corporate business, right? And people can't be, because the business is going to be open 24/7, right? And people can't be on staff in the office 24/7. So you have an AI bot manager that controls the businesses, takes the phone calls. This is what they were telling me. I was like, no, you kidding me? They said, no. Everything's done through AI. Everything's automated. Does that shock you to hear it?
Not really anymore.
Well, what's going to even more shock you is if Walmart loses money, you know who's going to stock the shelves?
Robots will.
Robots will.
Yep.
People will be replaced by robots. People will be on the unemployment line. People will be suffering in the streets, and it will become a total fucking chaos. Now you can see the way that I did the title of this live stream, Chaos. And that's pretty much what it comes down to. And there's already people talking about pulling AI out of their Windows operating system. You go to do that, as Microsoft embedded everything into the operating system, good luck. You're not going to pull it out. You're going to end up screwing your system up. I already watched two reviewers do something on pulling AI out of your PC, which you don't understand. It's all been automated since the early 80s of Windows 95. It's all been on automation ever since then. How do you think the computer stays running? It's automated. Everything. We've been dealing with automation for years. You didn't know that, did you, machine?
Nope.
Yep. That's what keeps the lights on in your computer. That's what keeps the processors going. It's all automation. Pure and simple. Windows operating system is all automation. And it's been like that since they first started Microsoft. They came up with that decision. So you think you control the levers of the machine, but the machine controls the machine. So
That's right.
I have an offline mode in my head. There you go.
Yep.
Like when I was small. I can manage. There you go. There's an off switch on your computer. There's an off switch on your phone. All you got to do is wake up. You know what I mean, machine? All you got to do is wake up.
Yeah. I don't like real life.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, I lost many years of my life and I didn't even know where I went. And I was working. That's all I knew. That's all I did was work. I never stopped. 16 hours a day. Sometimes 7 days a week. Non-stop. Had to take care of the fam. Got 3 hours sleep a day. Did that for many years. So. And now my body's paying for it. So. There you go. But all in all, guys, it comes down to the end of all this. What is the total package about what we're talking about today? Okay, well, here's the deal. Everything that we're doing right now is we're worried about so much about the hardware. We never focused on the software side of things. Now with the software being like bumped up to the next level, we have to really pay attention to the software, because one of these days the software is just going to overwrite us like we don't exist.
Dude, I want an upgrade.
Do you?
For me, yes.
Well, what do you want?
I want to lose 100 pounds.
Oh, well then you're gonna sell your GPUs, right?
Nope. Nope.
Said you wanted to lose 100 pounds.
I'm gonna get an upgrade.
You're gonna get an upgrade. Gotcha. Well, it's good, you know. I mean, if I go back into fasting again, I'm gonna start losing my weight, and I'm gonna start doing my, my drink shakes and stuff like that. And I stop eating solids so much. That's most of the problem. I'll lose a couple 100 pounds, no problem. I was down to 400. Well, 300. Did I say 400? My God. My God. Jay, you don't weigh that much, do you? No, I don't. I'm just a little over 3 bills, and that's it. Now I want to get down to 250. 250 on the solid. That's what I'm talking about. So, Mr. Machine, what else do we got for them today? I think we covered pretty much everything that we were supposed to talk about,
Yeah, I think so.
Wow. Well. So, what else should we talk about?
I don't know. Anybody have any questions in the chat?
I don't know. They haven't said too much. They all been popping in and out. They haven't said too much. So yeah, I'm kind of curious. What do they got questions going on in the chat? But I don't see any questions. I see statements. I wouldn't push it. We only got 3 people in here, man.
Okay.
Out of 47 that were here. 47. Within 1 hour. So. Obviously, they must have been interested in something to be clicking on my channel. They must have been interested in something. But obviously, maybe not. My click-through rate's going to be more than my watch hours if this keeps up.
How does that work?
Basically, if they click on for 8 seconds and click off, that's considered a click.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. There's something else I wanted to talk about, too. I'm trying to remember. There's something else I wanted to talk about. It was in my head, and then it just popped out for some reason. Oh, yeah. I remember now. Here's the deal for now, guys. I want to talk to you guys really quick about it. Monday through Thursday, and I'll be back on Fridays. Monday through Thursdays, I'm going to have to reserve that for real life. Something I'm doing out of town. But Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'm dedicating to the channel. So, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're doing something. Either we're doing a video or we're doing a live stream. Okay, Machine? For now. And if things change, then I'll do it on Monday or Wednesday. You know what I mean, bro? Machine.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you got to take care of business.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it makes sense.
But I am working on something else. It's called a laptop.
Yep.
A high-end gaming laptop that's going to meet my needs, because I am going to try to do live streaming while I'm on the road. Tried with the phone. It didn't work with me so well. I want to invest in something that is going to give me content creating and gaming at the same time, and I want to make sure it's right. I'm not just going to put my money into something that's not going to work. I want it to work. So I'm working on putting something together with that machine, because I want to be able to use an external camera on a tripod, be able to live stream normally to you guys on the channel.
Yeah, you can do that from your, yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Remote location. Yeah. So that I'm working on. That's going to take a little bit of money to do it. I'm working on the money situation. We'll see what happens. In the meantime. So for right now, I've shifted everything to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I'll either be doing a video or I'll be doing a live stream. I don't know which, but we're doing something tomorrow. Who knows? Van Life Gaming Laptop. There you go, Dr. Blitz. That'll be something interesting too. Get a Sprinter van, set it up with all the gear and stuff, and yeah, that would be cool. Out in the wilderness, building PCs in the butt naked atmosphere. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Y'all don't get excited.
That's onlypcs.com.
Yeah. Only on your knees, PCs.com. Yeah. Yeah, I figured we'd get that in there. But yeah, there's pretty much not much more. Other than if you guys wanted to talk about NVIDIA's driver update, we all know it's just the standard update. Does blah, 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 whatever. I'm not going to bore you with that either, because not unless you want to be bored with that. But I haven't heard anything bad about the driver update. Seems like it's rolling pretty good. Other than that beta update they did trying to fix a Microsoft problem. But when you did this month's update with NVIDIA, it corrected that problem Microsoft screwed up on. So just to let you know that. But it didn't help AMD any, because they didn't have a fix on that neither. So in order for me to fix this right here, this PC, with the AMD drivers, I had to do a lot to get it fixed. You know. Jump a little bit of hoops. But it's fixed. It gets the right amount of FPS and everything. So I fixed it with the chipset driver updates machine.
Okay. Yeah, I did my chipset driver update already.
Alright, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I tell everybody, you know, when something like that major comes along, you want to take care of that right away. You don't want to let it go for too long, and then, you know, you go and next day you get on your PC and it doesn't work worth the shit. You can't figure out why, and you can't find anything on the internet, and That's because nobody's talking about it. But, we talk about it here. If we hear about it, we talk about it. That's just the way it works. If I hear about it, I talk about it. And I don't care whose feelings it hurts. Because people need to know the truth. Especially even if Microsoft and AMD don't even want to talk about it. How I know that Windows Update bug affected AMD? I tried it with the 7600. I tried it with the 7800 XT. I tried it with the 5500. And this is all AMD. Same symptoms. Two different computers. The 7800 XT is on a different computer. And this one has the 7600. I tested the 5500 in there. Still the same thing. So, to fix it, I had to fix the chipset drivers. It seems that was the fix. But it fixed it, so I'm not worried about it. But I'm telling you guys. And also, too, make sure you go to your internet browsers. Go to the settings in the About section. Make sure your browsers are up to date, because there's a 0-day vulnerability going out in the wild right now. So make sure you're up to date on everything. I figured I'd get that out there really quick. But that's about all the news I got, guys. If you got any questions or anything, now's the time to pop them out, and we'll try to answer them. But if nobody's got no questions or anything, then we'll call it quits for tonight. Because, I'm not going to have you guys sit here and waste your time if we got nothing else to talk about. So, what do you think, Machine? Does that sound good?
Yep.
Yeah. Because I know it's burning your time, burning my time, burning their time. I'm not here to waste people's time. Time is money. That's the way you gotta look at it. Time is money. So, but if you guys got no questions or anything else, you got 15 seconds left before I'm going to tell you what's going to happen next. So you're going to have to wait and see what I got to say. I'm sure you're probably curious what I got to say next, but we'll get there. It's either that or I got to use the bathroom, one or the other. But I figured, I just figured I'd jump that in there real quick too. But anyway, guys, we're going to call it quits for the evening. If first time here, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Don't forget about the notification bell so you know when we post the next video. We'll try to do something on Sunday. Tell everybody goodbye there, Mr. Machine.
See y'all later. Have a good night and a good weekend.
Yep, and y'all be safe, and we'll see you on the next one.